change a few things in your backpack rig, and flip the script from misery to miles. When you first get started in backpacking, one of the first things you need to consider is how are you going to treat your water? How do you make that beautiful mountain-looking spring water that should be perfectly clean, which, by the way, 100 yards up, there's a dead deer that's putrefying, and that water's flowing through the carcass that a bear and other animals have chewed on, and you think, oh, that water's pure, and then you drink it. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Originally, I started with iodine tablets. That's one of the go-tos, but the taste was terrible. Then I simply switched to, in summer, the Sawyer water filter. Those things are great, super easy to do. Just put the water in the little bag, squeeze into your water container, and voila. Makes it pretty easy. There is a bit of a catch with the Sawyer water filter. You cannot let it freeze, but those things are excellent. It's one of the most popular filtration systems in the entire backpacking world. Switching from one of those inflatable backpacking pillows to a simple neck roll of your fleece jacket or whatever your warmth layer is was a big change for me. I know I wanted my pillow so I could woo 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 and then flip over woo 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 woo. Yeah, I know, it's super tempting. I love those inflatable pillows because you can get them just so, and it's almost like home. But let me tell you, the extra weight for an item that has virtually no other use. So I just switched to a fleece jacket, and I've been doing that for like 25 years. It made a big difference in my life backpacking. When you get ready for the weather, what do you bring? Do you bring that super mega heavy bomb-proof shell that you bought at the expensive store? Or do you go something like this? I've got my Marmot jacket. I've had this thing for a couple decades. Still going pretty strong. It's rubbed out a bit. But switching from that super heavy bomb-proof jacket to something ultralight made a big difference because that knocked 1.5 pounds out of my backpack. And two, it's much less voluminous. I mean, it packs into your backpack super easy. So not only is your rain jacket, when you buy the big thing that's bomb-proof, that weighs about as much as a bomb huge, this thing crunches down into a tiny little softball size, and it makes it much easier. Speaking about rain jackets and shells, check out my book, Lost at Windy Corner, where I talk about my experiences of climbing on Denali. I've been up that thing 5 times. If you want to see what crazy adventure is in Alaska, check out Lost at Windy Corner. One thing that can really wreck your trip if you're dependent on a tent that has to have tent stakes, don't go cheap. So many very expensive tents come with the cheapest tent stakes ever. I've got these guys here. I spent the extra bucks for the MSR tent stakes. Yes, they're expensive, but thus far they haven't bent. Those other cheap ones, brink! And then of course you brought a spare tent stake or two, right? Oh, I don't want to carry the weight. You rookie, now your tent's flapping there and you're trying to tie it up with sticks. Been there, done that, made the mistake. Huge, huge, huge. Big surprise and the change in my gear is switching from a white gas stove like my MSR that I use in mountaineering and winter trips to an alcohol fuel stove. Yes, I love my MSR Whisperlight, Dragonfly, and XGK. Those things kick butt, but they're heavy. My alcohol fuel stove, that thing's been trucking since 2003. That's the way to go when you're doing ultralight and you can use a tiny little alcohol fuel stove to change how your backpacking experience goes along.